The last sprint stage opportunity in this year's Tour de France, it looked like the green jersey battle was over with Biniam Girmay having a big lead, but everything can change in this final week of the Tour de France from Gruson to Nîmes. Sometimes this is a crosswind stage, but the wind today was merely a light breeze. It was an intermediate sprint after a 7k 3.5% hill, which someone like Jasper Philipsen should survive no problem with the help of his Alpecin de Koenig teammates, but it was a stage for Biniam Girmay. They weren't going to chase the breakaway where he just needs to collect the points behind Philipsen and not have any major issues. And once again on these flat sprint stages with no real wind, no breakaway went. Decathlon Cofidis FDJ tried to get in the break, but they got controlled, and so nobody just wanted to spend a fruitless day ahead. Jayco and Alberson were controlling for their respective sprinters. Hotter weather though, beach weather, now over 30 degrees today and for the rest of the week. Heated up a little bit at the intermediate sprint. You can see Alberson and Intermarché really throwing everything at it, and they get jumbled up together actually. And in the end, Biniam and Philipsen both don't really start this sprint in good position at all. In fact, Lee and Gaviria wash over them, and Coquard and Turgis on the right side get the better lead out from Mathieu van der Poel. Coquard's going for third in the competition. Who knows, if someone crashes out, you can end up second or even first. Crashes do happen, and you see he takes maximum points. Bini is just behind Philipsen. Actually, maybe Turgis beat him. That was the opportunity for Gachinard to get in the breakaway, win the combativity prize for the stage after, a couple of hours in the break instead of the whole stage in the break. He's controlled pretty easily. So really a bit of a snoozer. Nothing too much of note happened. We see with about an hour left, the GC team start to come to the front to quote-unquote stay safe. There's a lot of roundabouts, particularly in the last 10 kilometers and customarily the road furniture. And we saw Varesgold coming back from a mechanical, nearly crashes with Coolset in that corner, who's also had a mechanical for X. He waits for the car. They give him his bike, and I don't know, he just gets his feet all wrong, nearly goes in front of the FDJ car. And to make matters worse for X, when he's driving the car back, they go left at this roundabout when they should go straight, and the other car goes straight, and there's nearly a massive collision at like 60 k's an hour. That could have ended terribly. So thankfully it didn't, but really, really scary stuff. 25 k's to go. Gachinard's brought back. FDJ and Kung try to put it in the gutter to split it in the light breeze, but it doesn't happen. And so we see basically everyone set up. Alpecin de Koenig on the left-hand side with Philipsen, Visma on the front, and Ineos for their GC leaders. And actually Tadej Pogačar sitting a little bit deeper. He decided he and UAE weren't going to sit on the front involved in the hustle and bustle through all the roundabouts, and to just stay at the back, don't get involved, have a couple of teammates around and leave plenty of braking distance and basically chill out, which is what Pogačar did. Now, on narrow roads, if there's a crash in front of you, it's a bit risky, but you can see how wide these roads are that even if there is a crash, then most likely the whole race is not going to get blocked up behind. Although he does get back in the mix with 6Ks to go, and it does get a bit hectic. You can see the sprinters teams, X got the left-hand side of the road. They have the strongest overall train, and there's so many roundabouts and chicanes in the last 3Ks that it's really difficult for any other train to move up. You see Court moves over trying to close the Alpecin de Koenig train. They're trying to move up with Vermeersch with 2Ks to go, and he stops them moving up that right-hand side, and so they get the first line through all these bends and roundabouts as they're coming into Nîmes. You've got Rasmus Tiller on his wheel, then Abrahamsen, Sturven in the mix with Varesgold leading out the final man for Christoph. You've got Vermeersch, Robbie Gijs, Mathieu van der Poel, and Jasper Philipsen, of course, for Alpecin de Koenig, and disaster for Biniam Girmay. We hadn't seen Intermarché amongst those two teams. He crashes in this sort of chicane or around the roundabout, and not only is he losing the opportunity to score points and put the green jersey to bed, how badly is he hurt? Is he able to continue? We didn't know. The footage continues on, obviously, with the sprint. And Rasmus Tiller is about to pull off, and Abrahamsen starts to headbutt Robbie Gijs for Rasmus Tiller's wheel, even though Rasmus Tiller is trying to pull off. Abrahamsen should have just gone to the front and pulled. He actually lost more momentum by doing that. He then starts sprinting anyway to the right-hand side. The problem is now he's left Varesgold and Christoph behind. 1K to go. Basically, he provides the perfect lead out to Alpecin, who've got their train nestled in his wheel. And because the pace is so high, Varensgold cannot move Christoph up. So Alpecin perfectly positioned. Gijs pulls off after doing a short pull for Van der Poel. And when you're looking at the meters ticker on the top left, and you see basically Van der Poel for the first time hitting clean air with about 430 meters to go, that means that most likely Jasper Philipsen's sitting cozy in second wheel. And again, no one can move up through these bends, through these chicanes, and no one else even has a lead up man except Varensgold, who tries to move Christoph up. But when he's moving Christoph up, he was doing it when MVDP was dropping probably 1200 watts for 20 seconds. And so when Philipsen launches, clean sprint, wins easily his third Tour de France stage win this year. Of course, it started poorly for him. There was disappointment, frustration, but then the lead-out train clicked, and today was probably the most clinical of them all, where basically there was no one challenging him whatsoever, especially with Biniam Girmay crashing heavily. He did roll over the line, but we'll see tomorrow how much of an impact that has on him and the green jersey competition. Philipsen winning the stage ahead of Bauhaus, then Christoph, Bennett, Van Aert, Ackermann, Coquard, Varensgold, Gibbons and Van Poppel rounding out the top 10. Here's what Philipsen had to say after the stage.
Yeah, really happy. Definitely offers such a team effort. It's always nice when you can win together. And I think that's what we did definitely today.
First of all, did you see the crash on that roundabout?
No, I haven't seen anything. We were always together with our team, and we were trying to position ourselves and focusing on our own lead out. And I didn't see any crash, so hope everybody is okay.
And then it was all for you. You were pretty impressive there, beating Phil Bauhaus to the line.
Yeah, I was feeling good. Had a good rest day and was feeling that my shape improved during this Tour de France, so I was confident if we could line it up good today, we could go for the win.
3 stage wins is a good Tour de France, or it's a very good Tour de France?
Yeah, every stage win is really hard to get, definitely in this level, so to take 3 is a really good job, and I think we can be proud.
Talking about that crash, Biniam unfortunately was caught in the crash. He's back on his bike and riding. But that means you get a lot of points for the green jersey classification. Now the gap is 36, I believe. Is it still possible?
Yeah, everything is possible, but it's really hard. He's climbing really well. I just hope he's okay after the crash. Yeah, because he doesn't deserve to lose like this, whatever. But yeah, I just try whatever we can but the hard stages are yet to come. So yeah, we go day by day, but we also enjoy mostly this win.
No changes in terms of GC. Still Pogacar with about a 3-minute lead on Vingegaard and 5:20 on Remco Evenepoel. Then another 5.5 minutes to fourth. So the gap from the podium, or the gap in the top 4, are huge. Maybe there'll be some changes tomorrow, even if there's a breakaway with Derek G possibly going in. It's a good stage for him. We'll see. I'll see you with the recap tomorrow. Ciao.